Let's get real about something that's running your entire life, but most of you are letting it slip through your fingers like water. Time. Time is not a resource. Time is your life. And the way successful people use time is radically different from how everyone else does. This is not about waking up at 5 a.m. just to show off. This is about taking ownership of your minutes, your days, and ultimately your destiny. Let me ask you something. How often do you say, I don't have time? That phrase right there, I don't have time, is the adult version of the dog ate my homework. It's an excuse, it's a trap, and successful people, they don't use that phrase ever because they understand something you might not. You don't manage time, you manage decisions. You've got 24 hours. Jeff Bezos has 24 hours. Oprah has 24 hours. Beyonce has 24 hours. The difference isn't the clock. The difference is how they value their time, how they protect it, and how they choose to invest it. Successful people treat time like money. You wouldn't hand out $100 bills to anyone who asked, right? So why are you giving your time away so freely? Why are you saying yes to things you don't want to do? Why are you wasting hours scrolling, zoning out, people-pleasing, procrastinating? Because let me tell you something, and it's going to sting you or where you are because of how you're spending your time. If you're constantly reacting to the world, your schedule is not yours. It belongs to your inbox, your phone notifications, your coworkers, your family's last-minute needs. But successful people, they don't live in reaction mode. They live in intention mode. They schedule their priorities. They don't just make to-do lists, they time block. They don't multitask, they monofocus. And you know what that creates? Clarity, progress, power. You want to feel in control of your life? Then you have to take control of your time. Here's what successful people do differently. They know that every yes is a no to something else. So they guard their time like their life depends on it, because it does. They don't fill up their calendars just to be busy. They focus on results, not busyness. They ask what actually moves the needle, and they do that first. They understand that mornings aren't for checking email, they're for setting direction. You don't check your phone, you check in with your vision, your goals, your purpose. And here's the kicker. They don't blame time. They own it. They make hard decisions. They cut out energy vampires. They stop trying to do everything for everyone. And they make space to create, to think, to move. If you're not where you want to look at your calendar, look at your screen time. Look at the people you're giving your time to. The truth is brutal. If you're not designing your day, someone else is. You have to start asking yourself, what is this hour of my life worth? Because how you spend your hours becomes how you live your years. You don't need more time, you need more focus. You don't need a new planner, you need new boundaries. You don't need to hustle harder, you need to prioritize smarter. Time is the most honest mirror. It shows you what matters most to you. And if your calendar doesn't reflect your dreams, your goals, your health, your relationships, then you're lying to yourself about what you truly care about. So let me challenge you. This week, audit your time like a CEO audits a budget. Cut the junk. Schedule your goals. Guard your mornings. Say no without guilt. And stop wasting the only thing you can never get back. You want to change your life? Change how you use your time. Because your time is your vote for the future you want. So stop giving it to people who don't value you. Stop wasting it on things that drain you. And stop living like you've got forever. You don't, but you've got now. And that's everything. Your time starts today. So let's go. They treat time like money with a budget and accountability. That's the mindset shift that transforms how successful people operate. See, average people waste time like it's unlimited. They act like they can just find time, like it's hiding under the couch cushions next to the remote. But successful people, they know the truth. Time is like a paycheck. You either spend it wisely or you blow it on nonsense and wonder why you're broke at the end of the month. Think about this. If I handed you $1,440 every morning and said, spend this however you want, but at midnight, whatever you don't use disappears, you'd pay attention, right? You'd probably plan, prioritize, make sure you didn't waste it. That's exactly how time works. You get 1,440 minutes every single day. And if you're not using them with intention, you're burning through your potential one distracted scroll and mindless hour at a time. Successful people budget their time the way smart people budget money. They make a plan. They block time for what matters: projects, workouts, sleep,
creativity, learning, relationships, and then they hold themselves accountable. That's the part most people miss, because having a schedule is one thing, sticking to it, that's discipline, that's self-respect. And it's also the line between staying stuck and leveling up. If you want to see what someone truly values, don't look at what they say. Look at how they spend their time. You say health is important, but you didn't move your body today. You say you want to write a book, but you didn't block any time to write. You say your family matters, but you gave your best energy to everyone except them. What does that tell you? When you treat time like money, you stop giving it away so easily. You stop spending it on things and people who don't give you any return. You stop being afraid to say no because you understand this one simple truth: every yes is a no to something else. You say yes to that 2-hour lunch you didn't want to go to. That's 2 hours you didn't use to build your business, write that pitch, or recover your energy. Successful people calculate the ROI on how they spend their time. It's not just about being busy, it's about being productive. There's a difference. Busy is motion. Productive is progress. You can fill your calendar and still not move an inch closer to your goals. That's because you're reacting, not budgeting. You're spending time like someone who just won the lottery and doesn't know the value of what they've got. You know what budgeting time really is? It's clarity. When you treat your time like currency, you have to get brutally honest about what matters most. You stop being vague. You start tracking where it goes. You start protecting your mornings like your life depends on it, because it does. You start looking at your screen time and asking, is this a good investment? You start evaluating your relationships and asking, am I getting drained or inspired? And then, this is where everything changes. You take radical ownership of every single minute. That means no more blaming your job, your boss, your partner, your kids, your past. It means showing up to your calendar like a professional. Like a leader, like someone who understands that every minute is a vote for the life you're building. Successful people don't drift through their day, they design it. They don't just hope they'll have time to focus. They make time. They carve it out, they defend it. They know that time is their most valuable, non-renewable resource. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't earn it back. You can't rewind it. You only get one shot at this day. So here's the real question. Are you spending today like someone who respects themselves? Are you treating your time like it matters? Are you budgeting it toward a life that makes you proud, if not good? Because that's the wake-up call. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. But starting now, you do need to get intentional. Start tracking your time for one day, just one. See where it's actually going. You might be shocked, but awareness is power. Once you see it, you can change it. Next, build a time budget. Think about your priorities like financial goals. Want to build a business? That's an investment line. Want to stay fit? That's non-negotiable spending. Want to sleep 7 hours? That's your savings account. Want to stop feeling burned out? That means budgeting downtime too. And finally, your time like a CEO it's a company budget. If it's not aligned with your goals, cut it. If it's draining you, reduce it. If it's inspiring you, double down, because your time is not something to be filled. It's something to be used wisely, intentionally, powerfully. So stop acting like your time is free. It's not. It's costing you your dreams every minute you waste it. Time is your greatest asset. Budget it like your life depends on it. Because it does. They start their day before everyone else even hits snooze. This isn't about some toxic hustle culture, and it's not about becoming a morning person because Instagram told you to. It's about control. It's about reclaiming the part of your day that is entirely yours. That early window, before the emails, the meetings, the noise of life, gives you space to think, to breathe, to decide how you want the day to go, instead of letting the day run you into the ground. Successful people understand that mornings are prime real estate, that quiet hour when the world hasn't started demanding anything from you yet. That's where the momentum is built, and no, you don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. like some self-help cliche, but you need to wake up before the world needs you. Because when you do, something powerful happens. You shift from reacting to leading. Imagine this, you roll out of bed 20 minutes before work. You're already behind, you're scrambling, you're foggy, you're grabbing whatever food you can find, you're irritated at traffic, and your day is in control of from the first minute. Now flip that. You wake up 60 minutes earlier, no noise, no chaos. You hydrate, move your body, get your thoughts down on paper. Maybe read something that fills your mind instead of scrolling. You look at your priorities for the day and actually choose how you're going to show up. That's not just discipline, that's leadership over your own life. Waking up earlier is not about perfection, it's about presence. You're not rushing through life like it's an emergency. You're creating intentional space to connect with your own thoughts, to listen to your intuition, to hear your own voice before the rest of the world starts shouting over it. And here's the other truth no one tells you. Starting early isn't about how much you get done, it's about who you become in the process. When you keep a promise to yourself to get up and own your morning, you build trust. Confidence isn't built by accomplishments, it's built by integrity. You said you'd get up, you did. You said you'd show up for yourself even when no one's watching. You did. That consistency, that's where real transformation begins. Most people want change. Few people are willing to create the conditions that allow change to happen. Getting up before the noise gives you time to prepare, not just logistically, but mentally. You get to center yourself. You get to remind yourself of your purpose, your goals, your why. Because the second you pick up your phone, the world's agenda takes over, notifications, emergencies, expectations, and now you're just responding instead of building. That's the problem. Too many people live on defense. Successful people play offense. They don't hope the day goes well. They design it to, and that design begins the moment they wake up deliberately, early, and for themselves. Now you might say, but I'm not a morning person. Okay, but let me challenge you. Are you not a morning person, or are you just in the habit of sabotaging your nights? Because what you do the night before determines how you show up the next day. Late night scrolling, mindless Netflix marathons, one more glass of wine, that's not rest, that's avoidance. Successful people wind down with purpose so they can rise with intention. The truth is, you don't have to wake up before the sun to be successful, but you need to carve out quiet, protected time that is just for you, for your goals, for your mindset, for your growth. Because if you're not doing that, you're not steering your life, you're drifting. It's not about being busy at 5 a.m. It's about being aligned. It's about saying, before the world asks me to be everything to everyone else, I will be something to myself first. That's the shift. That's the habit that changes the game. Because when you start your day in control, you carry that energy into everything else. You show up to work more focused. You respond to problems instead of reacting emotionally. You lead meetings with clarity. You parent with more patience. You create with more energy. That one habit, the decision to start before the world wakes up, isn't about time management. It's about identity. You're telling yourself, I matter, my goals matter, my peace matters, and I'm not waiting for permission to take care of it. And let's be real, you'll never find the time. You have to asterisk make asterisk it. And that means taking it from the place where most people waste it. Those early hours where distraction and delay take the wheel. You don't need a 3-hour morning routine with 19 steps. You just need 1 hour, yours. So what do you do tomorrow? Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier. Prep one thing the night before. Your clothes, your journal, your to-do list. Use that time for something that builds you. A walk, reading, quiet reflection, planning your day. Protect that space like your future depends on it. Because it does. Because you'll never reach your goals if you're always in reaction mode. You've got to wake up and claim your time before the world takes it from you. That's what successful people do differently, and that's what you can do too, starting now. They treat their calendar like a sacred contract, not with the world, but with themselves. You see, successful people don't just have time for the things that matter. They asterisk make asterisk time. They asterisk defend asterisk their time. They look at their day like real estate, and every single hour is prime property. They don't let just anyone or anything rent space there. If it doesn't move the needle, align with their goals, or contribute to their energy, it doesn't get booked. Period. This isn't about being rigid or robotic. It's about being asterisk intentional. Asterisk, there's a massive difference between being busy and being effective. Most people walk around in a fog of meetings, messages, errands, and to-dos that don't actually get them anywhere. They're exhausted but not fulfilled, productive but not progressing. They look busy because they've confused urgency with importance. But successful people know better. They asterisk prioritize asterisk their energy, not just their tasks. If you opened your calendar right now, what would it say about you? Would it say you value your health? Would it show that you're serious about your dreams? Would it reflect time for your relationships, your mental clarity, your creativity? Or would it just look like a scattered collection of what everyone else needs from you? Successful people don't let their day get hijacked. They schedule thinking time. They schedule breaks. They even schedule rest. That's not laziness. That's leadership. You know why? Because you cannot lead, create, or grow if you're running on fumes. You are not a machine. You are not built to grind endlessly and pretend that burnout is a badge of honor. You know what successful people say no to anything that's not aligned, not out of arrogance, but out of asterisk alignment. Asterisk, they know every yes is a no to something else. You say yes to that last minute request at work. You might be saying no to dinner with your family. You say yes to every social invite. You're saying no to the stillness you need to reset. They understand that time is a finite resource. You don't get more of it. You can't earn it back. So they protect it like it's gold, because it asterisk is. Asterisk, and here's the thing, successful people don't let guilt run their schedule. They don't attend every birthday party, accept every call, or answer every text within seconds. Not because they're rude, but because they have asterisk standards. Asterisk, they know that if they don't guard their time, someone else will gladly waste it for them. They batch their tasks. They know multitasking is a lie. You can't be fully present and effective if you're answering emails during meetings or scrolling while talking to your kid. You end up half, committed to everything and fully connected to nothing. So they block their time in chunks. Focused work, rest, movement, learning, even joy, because when your day has structure, asterisk, you asterisk have freedom. Chaos does not create clarity. Structure does. Ever notice how successful people always seem composed, calm, even when their schedules are full? It's because they're not living minute to minute. They've already made the decisions in advance. They don't wake up wondering what to do. They've already decided. That's the power of time. Blocking. That's the freedom of boundaries. And yes, boundaries will upset people. You'll disappoint someone. But you know what's worse. Constantly disappointing asterisk yourself asterisk by putting your life on hold for everyone else's. You're not here to be available to everyone. You're here to build something meaningful, and that requires fierce time management. Successful people review their calendar asterisk weekly. Asterisk, they don't just let it happen. They plan it. They ask, what am I working toward? What matters most this week? What do I need to let go of? They plan their priorities and then guard them. Because if you don't fill your calendar with what matters, it will fill itself with what doesn't. And here's a truth that hits hard. If your calendar is filled with obligations you hate, places you dread, and people who drain you, that's not just poor planning. It's poor boundaries. It means you're running your life on autopilot instead of intention. Time doesn't lie. It will always reveal what you value. So if you want to start living like the most successful people, look at your calendar, audit it, get honest. Where are you overcommitted? Where are you reactive instead of proactive? Where can you reclaim even 30 minutes a day for what really matters to asterisk you? Asterisk, that's your power zone. That's where the shift begins. This isn't about having a packed schedule. It's about having an asterisk, purposeful asterisk one. Because success isn't built in the big moments. It's built in the minutes, in how you manage the mundane, in how you treat the in-between. That's where the great ones win, not by doing more, but by doing what matters on purpose, every day. So take control of your calendar, make it your ally, because if you don't design your life, someone else will, and chances are it won't be in your favor. They don't chase balance, they create alignment. There's a huge misconception floating around that successful people have somehow cracked the code on achieving a perfectly balanced life. That they're meditating for 20 minutes a day, running billion-dollar businesses, making time for friends, family, fitness, journaling, volunteering, all while sipping green juice and getting 8 hours of sleep. That's not real, that's fantasy, and that's not how successful people operate. What they actually do, they align their actions with their priorities, and they're unapologetic about it. Balance suggests that everything gets equal weight. But alignment, that's about knowing what season you're in and acting accordingly. When successful people are building something massive, they don't pretend they can give 100% to everything else. They go all in on what matters asterisk right now. Asterisk, that might mean they miss the party. They skip the weekend binge watch. They say no to things that used to be a yes. Why? Because they're not balancing. They're aligning. Alignment means asking yourself hard questions. What am I working toward? What truly matters to me? Not what looks good on social media, not what my parents want, not what's trending. What actually asterisk fuels asterisk me? What aligns with the vision I have for my life? And once you know the answers, alignment demands that you structure your time, your energy, your resources around asterisk that. Asterisk, not around what's urgent, not around people pleasing, not around guilt. Successful people don't try to do everything. They do what matters, and they trust that the rest can wait, or can be delegated, automated, or dropped completely. They know that saying yes to one thing means saying no to something else, so they're not afraid to say no to anything that misaligns with their bigger picture. They're not worried about being misunderstood. They're focused on being in alignment with their mission. Look at anyone crushing it in their field. You think they're balancing everything. No, they're deeply aligned with a few key things, and they've let go of the rest. That's what gives them power, clarity, and energy, not trying to juggle everything perfectly, but deciding asterisk what matters most right now asterisk, and aligning their behavior with that. It's not about perfection. It's about priorities, and here's the truth most people miss. Alignment often looks like imbalance from the outside. You might look unavailable. You might look obsessed. People might think you've changed, and you have. Because when you're in alignment, you're no longer seeking validation from people who aren't living your life. You're not looking for applause for how balanced you are. You're looking for progress. You're after fulfillment, not approval. Successful people know that alignment creates peace, not asterisk peace. Asterisk, there's a difference. Life won't always be easy when you're aligned. In fact, It can be demanding, focused, and even lonely at times. But there's a deep peace that comes from knowing you're walking your path, not someone else's. From knowing that your yeses are true yeses and your nos are rooted in self-respect. You can feel it when you're out of alignment. You wake up drained, you're overcommitted, underwhelmed, and stuck in resentment. You're saying yes when you want to say no, working hard on things that don't move the needle, chasing goals that don't excite you anymore. That's the cost of trying to balance everything instead of aligning with what matters most. The most successful people don't wait for permission to realign. They course correct often. They pause and ask, is this still working for me? Is this still who I want to be? What needs to shift? And then they adjust, quickly, decisively, without drama, because they know that alignment is an ongoing process, not a one-time decision. Life changes, you change. What served you last year might not serve you now. And that's okay. That's growth. Alignment also means protecting your boundaries fiercely, not out of ego, but out of clarity. If something pulls you out of alignment, whether it's a toxic relationship, a bad habit, or an outdated routine, you deal with it. You don't ignore it, you don't tolerate it, you realign. That's what it means to lead your life. So if you're feeling scattered, overwhelmed, like you're spinning your wheels, don't look for balance, look for alignment. Ask yourself, where am I spending energy on things that no longer matter? Where am I saying yes when I mean no? Where do I feel resentment, exhaustion, or disconnection? Those are signs you're out of alignment. Then flip the script. What asterisk does asterisk light you up? What areas of your life make you feel proud, present, powerful? That's where your energy belongs. That's where your time should be invested. That's where your next step lies. Let go of the pressure to do it all. Let go of the illusion that balance is the goal, and step into the truth that successful people already know. When your life is aligned, even the hard things feel worth it. Even the sacrifices make sense because you're building something that matters. To asterisk you, asterisk, this isn't about selfishness, it's about self-respect. It's about choosing to live intentionally, not reactively. It's about choosing to stop managing time and start managing alignment. Because when your energy, values, and actions line up, you stop chasing success and you asterisk start becoming asterisk it. They guard their mornings like their life depends on it, because it does. The way successful people start their day isn't random, it's intentional. They don't wake up and roll over to check social media, react to texts, or scroll through negativity. No. They protect that first hour like gold, because they know that how you begin your day determines how you lead your day. That first hour is where momentum is built or broken, and successful people are asterisk, obsessed asterisk with momentum. They understand that their energy, focus, and emotional state don't just happen to them. They are asterisk created asterisk by how they show up. And it starts the moment they open their eyes. Instead of chaos, they choose clarity. Instead of reacting, they choose creating, and that's not just motivation. That's science. Your brain is highly programmable in the first 30-60 minutes after waking. It's called the theta state, a window where your subconscious is more suggestible. So what you feed it matters. Garbage in, garbage out. Successful people know this. So they use their mornings like a runway for a powerful takeoff. They fuel up with intention, not distraction. They prime their minds with routines that regulate their nervous system, set their intentions, and anchor their mindset. It might be meditation, it might be journaling, it might be breath work, exercise, gratitude, reading something powerful, or a combination of these. But the common thread, they're doing it asterisk on purpose. Asterisk, no one's drifting into greatness by default. You asterisk design asterisk the mindset you carry into your day. The problem most people face is they surrender their mornings to the world. They start the day by checking email, scrolling notifications, letting the outside world dictate their emotions before they've even gotten out of bed. That's like handing the keys to your mental state over to strangers. You can't lead a successful life that way. You can't be in control if your first thought every day is driven by comparison, fear, urgency, or noise. So what do successful people do? They wake up with a plan. They've already decided asterisk in advance asterisk what their morning will look like. They don't wait to feel like it. Discipline comes first and motivation follows. They make the space, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's just silence and stillness with a cup of coffee. They claim that space as sacred. Because they're not just preparing for the day, they're preparing to lead it. And here's the kicker. It's not about how much time you spend in your morning routine. It's about how you use that time. 10 focused minutes of intention beats an hour of passive consumption. You don't need a 3-hour ritual. You need presence, purpose, and consistency. Successful people don't overcomplicate it. They just commit to it. Daily, no excuses. This also means they wake up asterisk before asterisk they're needed. They don't let the world rush them. If they have kids, they're up before the chaos. If they have meetings, they're already centered before the calls begin. They don't react to their day. They set the tone. That's how they protect their energy. That's how they stay calm under pressure. That's how they build confidence. By starting every single day proving to themselves, I'm in charge of my life. There's a quiet power in keeping promises to yourself, especially in the morning. When you say you'll get up early and you do, it's not just about time. It's about trust, self-trust. And the more you trust yourself to show up for the things that matter, even when it's uncomfortable, the more unstoppable you become. And you know what else successful people do in the morning? They decide what kind of person they're going to be that day. They don't leave it to chance. They visualize it. They name it. Today, I lead with courage. Today, I don't get pulled into drama. Today, I protect my peace. That's power. That's personal leadership. And when the chaos hits, and it will they're grounded. Because they already set the tone. They already chose who they are. Now, let's be honest. This isn't always easy. There will be days where you hit snooze, days you feel off, days the routine gets interrupted. That's okay. What matters is that you don't stay off track. Successful people don't aim for perfection. They aim for alignment. When they miss a morning, they don't spiral. They reset fast because they know one off day doesn't define them, but quitting does. This is the long game. You're not creating a cute aesthetic morning routine for Instagram. You're creating a life that reflects your values, a life where you lead, not follow, where you create, not consume, where you rise, not react, and it starts. Not in some far-off future, it starts tomorrow morning. You don't need permission. You don't need fancy tools. You just need a decision. A decision to stop letting the world steal your attention. A decision to begin your day, your way. A decision to build the life you say you want by starting with the first hour of the day. It's simple, not easy, but absolutely transformational. So if you want to be like successful people, don't just study their achievements, study their mornings. Because the secret isn't in their hustle, it's in their alignment, in how they choose to begin, in how they treat their time as sacred. Because when you win the morning, you win the day, and over time, you win the life.